What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and are we really this bad?
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
And we are back with the Dolphins franchise here in Madden 20. We haven't had the greatest start to the season. We are 1-2, and our division rival, the Jets, ended up beating us pretty badly. Our offense currently stands at 30th in the NFL. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But our defense stepping up 6th in the NFL. So our defense is doing what it needs to be doing. Our offense, not so much. In week 3, they got a lot of yards, but just could not get any touchdowns as they settled for 6 field goals. It's not going to be working, so our offensive coordinator, Chad O'Shea, is on the hot seat. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be planning. I'm not going to be doing any scheme changes until at least the bye week. But if he can't really fix this offense, I think we do need to end up just terminating his contract, putting an interim in there, and then during the offseason, trying to find an offensive coordinator that can actually do it for us. But first, what we need to do is negotiate time. We do have Minkah Fitzpatrick here, who is an absolute stud. I am just going to offer the fair offer. I mean, he wants 3 years. That'll get him to 28. Let's jump it up to 4, see if he likes that instead. Let's offer him, see if he ends up taking it. He'd like a better salary, so we can negotiate that through this episode. Joe Thuney has already regressed once, so I'm probably going to wait until the end of the season to kind of negotiate with him. Possibly get a little bit of a break on the $11 million he wants a year. Mike Hilton, we are probably just going to be moving on from. Yeah, he's a good slot corner, but I mean, we have Mr. Avery Young, so I don't think we really need him. I like Avery Young a lot. Good young player. But the game that we're going to be showcasing today is going to be the Week 5 matchup against the Bears, who are 2-1. I was thinking about the Browns, but I mean, we showed the Browns, I think, in Season 2 or Season 1, and they practically have the same exact team with Baker Mayfield. The Bears are bringing Adrian Martinez to the front, so I think that's pretty exciting. But we also have Raekwon McMillan is coming back as well, so he's going to add to that 6th-ranked defense and hopefully able to really shut these teams down. The tight end position is getting a lot of catches on us, so I'm really paying attention to the pass coverage now. Somebody did say to possibly move McMill back to middle linebacker, but I like to have McMill and Baker, who's 2 of the best linebackers in the NFL, on the field at the same time. Maybe we'll switch them up, maybe we'll take a look at some pass coverages, and maybe we'll move Baker out to left outside linebacker and put McMill back in middle. But they both play as the sub linebackers anyway, so I mean, both of them are just pretty much just not doing what they need to be doing in coverage. But let's see if we end up getting a win against the New York Jets. And we end up exacting revenge against the Jets in their home stadium as we beat them 27-21. Our defense was dominant, like scary dominant, like historic dominant. They gave up 144 yards. That's it. 5 sacks on Darnold. It was lights out. The 2 of those scores were defensive touchdowns, one on a pick, one on a fumble recovery, and then they gave up 1 touchdown. So we really should have won that game 27-7, but, you know, things happen. But our offense actually showed up today, 368 total yards, 260 through the air, 108 on the ground. And, I mean, 2 turnovers, which ended up going for touchdowns, but we did get a turnover ourselves, which was a Baker pick. As for the stats for the game, Trevor Lawrence, 276 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Phillip Lindsay had 86 rushing, 45 receiving yards. Devontae Parker, 95 yards and a touchdown. Robertson had 2 sacks. Ragas had the other touchdown, which was a short yardage touchdown. On the other side for the Jets, Sam Darnold, 128, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Not a great effort for him. We held Le'Veon Bell to 56 all-purpose yards. That was amazing. Thank you for McMillan being back for sure. But Tyrone Crawford ended up having 6 TFLs. He was everywhere just shutting us down. And Marcus May actually had the 2 forced fumbles, which one was returned for a touchdown. So a dominating effort by our defense has led us to get to a logjam here in the AFC East. Patriots, Dolphins, Jets all at 2-2. The Bills just barely behind with a 1-2-1 record. So what we're going to be doing now is getting into week 5 against Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson, and the Chicago Bears. They're also led by the 5th ranked offense by Adrian Martinez. Should be a pretty exciting one, let alone we are going to play them at Soldier Field. So it should be a very interesting matchup. So we're going to jump into that here in a second. But I did also want to negotiate again with Minkah Fitzpatrick. He wasn't too happy about the salary. So we're going to bump him up to make that strong offer. And is he a Dolphin? He is a Dolphin. That is exactly what we need. I love how that reorder thing still gets stuck there every so often. Alright, so now it is time to head to Soldier Field. Hopefully we can continue this winning streak. If we can get that, I think we might have a little bit of something here since our offense actually showed up and our defense was just dominant. Let's go stop Adrian Martinez and Khalil Mack and the Chicago Bears.
Hello everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
A look now at the Miami offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Ready? 60 or 57. Come on. Stop your whining.
On the counter, Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Ready? Mark 57. Okay, go.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. It's third and very long. From the gun, Lawrence. It's hauled in by Hardy. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. They get 11 back.
And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively.
First down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. Off play action. Lawrence. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down on 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And brought down, but not on 1st down. It's Lindsey. Some strong running at the 20. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
You're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Looking to throw. Martinez. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
60 outlaw. Come on. Watch 30. Heavy. Watch the backfield.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 51 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. On second down now, it's Lindsey. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
35's the mic. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Lawrence. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in for the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Martinez operating from the gun. Open man is Hill. He's got it. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. To throw is Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Montgomery. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Your trip is here. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. There you go.
Now Martinez to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Trey Burton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get 3 up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. 7 yards there and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Martinez connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Martinez now on 1st and 10. He's got Burton here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
They're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on.
To make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Lawrence. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chain. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Below Nichols down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. So that'll back them up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Lawrence. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Martinez back to the air on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. From the gun on 3rd down. Martinez. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Looking to throw. Martinez. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This one into the hands of Burton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. Here's Martinez throwing on 1st down. This one out left to the tight end Burton. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within 4 for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Nick Foles with a couple of touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he thought he was one of the...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. His offenses, they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
Yeah, 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. To throw from his end zone, Lawrence. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 27 yards there, a first down. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
50, plant.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. Come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Third down. From the gun, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points. Comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Everyone, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. 35 the Mike. Get it.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And this is caught off a deflection. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play.
Come on. Shit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Tight end left. 4 down.
To throw is Martinez. Going to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard
Listen,
line.
no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He finds Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Kill.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Hey, we got 4.
Now Martinez operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
We got 4.
Martinez now looking to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by Montgomery. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Martinez. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a
And it
first.
is, at this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
On 1st down, it's Montgomery. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Kill.
Martinez off the play fake. And he finds Montgomery complete. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
take it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, Lawrence. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down to the bunch. Off play action, Lawrence. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. From the 30. Off the play fake, Lawrence. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. 2nd and long. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Get on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good.
A little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw on 2nd down, Martinez. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Here's Martinez throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Drove downfield. You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. Montgomery. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Spinning away and shutting him off. Now open field. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now you're right.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsay. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. Well, look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Parker, the intended target. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Ready. 60, orange. Hey. 4 down.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
And another mind-numbing loss here as we end up losing to the Bears 13-10. Again, we did not give up an offensive touchdown. Our defense is just lights out right now. They gave up 138 total yards. On the other side, our offense, 290 yards. Couldn't freaking score. I just don't get it. You have to put the ball in the end zone. It's starting to really frustrate me. Those 2 turnovers obviously were picks. One was a pick 6, which was the difference make. So I don't really know what is going on. This is kind of blowing my mind that we could outgain somebody by double and lose by 3 points. Let alone Turner did miss a field goal as well. But the stats for the day, Lawrence, 230 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 1 came late and kind of like a final heave. Lindsay had 91 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. He looked really good in the first half. I don't know why we didn't go back to him. Chase Young had 1.5 sacks. Jerome Baker had 13 tackles and 4 TFLs. And then on the other side for the Bears, Adrian Martinez had 99 passing yards, no touchdowns, no picks, 42 rushing yards. That was it. That was their offense. Khalil Mack ended up having 2 sacks. Eddie Goldman also had 2 sacks. Jonathan Jones had 1 pick that was returned for a touchdown. We did give up 7 sacks this game. So a little bit disappointing that we couldn't come out and get this win because we played much better than the Bears. Our defense is lights out. Our offense was driving the ball. We just need to be able to score points. I just don't understand why we can't do that. So just another disappointing defeat to the Bears last week, and now we head home to play one of the best teams in the league, the Cleveland Browns. They are 3-1-1. They have the top rated offense and the 12th ranked defense. This team is really, really good. But we do get to play them at home, which hasn't been necessarily kind to us. But we do have a breakout player chance, so let's see who it is. And it looks like it is going to be Chase Young. That's what I'm talking about. Hold the Browns to less than 75 rushing yards, which actually could happen, or Chase Young with 2 forced fumbles, 2 TFLs, or 2 sacks, which is possible. I don't think he's going to get those interceptions, though. So Chase Young does have a good opportunity to upgrade his development because our defense is so stingy. But we need a win, and we need a win badly. Hopefully we can beat the Cleveland Browns. That's OBJ, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb, and Baker Mayfield. This is going to be a rough game. Hopefully we can get a win, though. Let's go get it. And we end up dominating the Browns here in Miami. Offense showed up, defense showed up, special teams showed up. It was just an overall great victory. We ended up getting 2 defensive touchdowns. And we also scored 2 offensive touchdowns. So we actually showed up. It was great. We got 3 turnovers. We did throw 1 interception. But we really had a complete game today. As for the stats, Lawrence had 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Lindsey had 110 rushing yards. Alexander had 2 picks, 1 return for a touchdown. McKinney had 1 interception, return for a touchdown. Robertson had 2.5 sacks. And then on the Cleveland Browns side, Baker Mayfield had 300 yards passing, no touchdowns, 3 picks. Joku had 82 yards receiving, and Sherfield had 74 yards receiving. They're big boys, we shut them down. I mean, yeah, we gave up 244 yards of passing, but I mean, most of it came in garbage time. We did have 1 big injury, which it was Xavier Howard. He did end up going to the locker room, so we're going to have to check that back when we get back to home base. So the injury to Xavier Howard is pretty extensive. He's going to be out for 6 weeks with broken ribs. So we're going to have Hilton starting on the one side, and then Avery Young and Rowan Meredith. You guys get your shot, so jump on in. And as for our breakout player, Chase Young played a heck of a game this week, and I think it's a lot better than we initially thought. He is now up to superstar. Oh, Chase Young. I mean, you should have been superstar, but it was before you had your breakout crazy 4,000 XP for lineman. Nice. Okay, Chase Young, you go ahead and do your thing, buddy. But before we wrap up this episode, let's go take a look at the upgrades that we did for this episode and our initial draft board. So starting the upgrades here with right end Christian Wilkins, we're going to go into run stopper, keep him as that scheme fit, get him up to an 82 overall. He really doesn't have a weakness in his game, but +3 block shedding is where it's at. Holy cow. And then we got Chase Young, which we are trying to switch over to a power rusher archetype so he can start on the left end side. So we're going to go into that one, kind of get him rounded a little bit, +3 power moves. Good lord, my man. Starting defensive tackle Lorenzo Neal. We're going to go into power rusher for him, see if we can get his play rec up. I think that's the only thing that's really holding him behind, but we did not get it, so that is what it is. For left tackle Penei Sewell, we are going to go into the pass protector archetype. We just kind of want to continue to do that since we're throwing the ball just a little bit more and a little bit farther down the field. Rookie right tackle Sidney Patrick will also get one, and we're going to go into edge. I'll get him up to a 77 overall. Not quite a scheme fit, but anything will work. He kind of got roughed up by Khalil Mack there against the Bears. Josh Sweat will get his first upgrade with us, and he has been pretty good here in the first half of the season. We're going to go into run stopper, get him up to a 74 overall, but he is a fantastic rusher. I love everything I see about this guy. Slot receiver Adrian Hardy, we are going to continue to go into slot, get him up to that 73 overall. Hopefully he continues to contribute here. Wide receiver Damon Hazelton, we're going to go into deep threat, get him up to a 70 overall. He hasn't really been seeing any playing time, but this guy is awesome. I mean, I think he's in a contract year. I think we're going to resign this guy. Tight end Trey McKitty gets one as well, and we're going to go into possession. Get him up to a 68 overall. He's not really seeing the field, but that is a lot of freaking upgrades. Our man Bryce Stirk is going to get one as well, and we're going to just stick with Power Rusher, try to get him up to a 75 overall, and then maybe, well, round him out a little bit. +2 power moves and tackle. That's nice for me. I like that, Stirk. Go ahead, boy. Developmental cornerback Rowan Meredith, we are going to go into slot with him. Gets him up to his 68 overall, but not quite a scheme fit, so that's kind of what we need right now. For backup quarterback Tyree Jackson, we're going to go into field general. He needs a little bit of work on his accuracies all the way down the field. He got a couple there, not bad. Power back Trey Ragas, we're going to go into power back archetype, get him up to a 66 overall. All he does is score touchdowns. And then developmental cornerback Jalen Thompson, he's going to continue to upgrade here. We're going into slot, get him up to a 66 overall. I'm kind of dreading the day if he ever really has to play, but I like watching him play in preseason. Now let's take a look at our initial draft board. We're kind of looking for wide receivers, I would say. Probably a left end, maybe a backup quarterback, possibly a center. I mean, anybody really that we're kind of a little bit sluggish with. But I do have Rodney Stewart. He is projected to go 2nd overall. He's probably going to go 1st overall because he's a super talented guy. So we're actually not going to showcase him. But we are going to showcase junior center Tommy Saxon, 6'5", 313-pounder out of Vanderbilt. Power archetype. This guy's top skills: impact, block, run block, power. So he's very big on the power. I mean, we just need to upgrade in centers. So far, he's had 4 sacks allowed, though. Again, he's playing with Vanderbilt, so there's a lot of weakness there, but we at least know he's a smart guy. Then we have junior left end Austin Lloyd out of UCLA, 6 foot, 257-pounder speed rusher. Top skills: finesse move, tackle, hit power. Early first-round talent, mid-first-round projected, probably right around where we're going to be picking. He's had 26 tackles, 2 sacks, 5 TFLs so far. He's looking really, really sharp. I'm kind of enjoying what I see from this guy. Top wide receiver we have on our board is junior Cassius Moorhead, 6'1", 205 archetype route runner from Oklahoma State. Yes, that's where Dwayne Strickland went. Top skills: medium route, short route, and catching. Early first-round talent, mid-first-round projected. So far, he's been lighting it up down in the college ranks. 30 catches, 525 yards, 6 touchdowns. Kind of want to see where his 40 time is. I want to see if he has a little bit of speed. And that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. And then when we come back, we will get through week 7 all the way through week 10, since week 8 is a bye. I don't think I'm planning on trading anybody, but if it happens, it happens. But we do have the Bills away and home right around the bye week. Very interesting schedule. And then we have a home game against the Patriots, which right now the Patriots are leading the division with the Bills in 2nd place. But I haven't really simmed to week 7, so I'm not exactly sure where they are there. But thanks again for watching, and as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight, out.
They thought it was a game till I came back with that win overtime. I've been working, now I'm back at it again. Now we ain't finished, what you thought that was it?